Fire Kings actually won a regional. Now, maybe I missed a memo here. You guys should smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more on kind of, but I swear we were in a Mitsurugi yummy dominated format here. That was one of the most toxic meta shifts that we've seen in a very long time. And then I look at the breakdown for this regional, and I'm just very confused by what seems to have happened here. Well, first of all, 5 Dracotail decks in this top cut is absurd and beyond any of my basic expectations here, people. I didn't expect to be seeing such huge representation, but there has to be a counterbalance somewhere in the world. You know, Dracotail is pretty much one of the better challengers in the meta. So, I mean, I guess I can't be surprised to see that this deck is just really taking the field. And then we have one Mitsurugi challenger in this regional top cut. That's not necessarily all that surprising either, because when you kind of look at the fundamentals of what's going on with that, it's very interesting to see. But we also had Crystron creeping its head around the meta, and honestly, Crystron's showings in the format have not been all that surprising. You're not going to see a Mjolnir lock in this one. You're just going to get to see some dial-it-on back basic Crystron action. And then we had Fire King for this event. This is not playing Pot of Extra. This is a little bit different of a formula than what we've actually seen up to this point, which is very impressive. And I will also tell you, one of these Dracotail lists was actually playing Blue Eyes White Dragon. So not only do you get like a casual sense of what you can work with here, I'm liking what I'm seeing here for this event. Now let's pass on over to those deck lists. Make sure you guys smash the little crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. Honestly, seeing the Drac good stuff here, actually getting a chance to kind of pop on out, has been really good. Now, we are just playing Megalo here. I mean, what, if you control a dinosaur monster, you're supposed to steal some of this card from the hand. During your main phase, discard 2 cards, including a Drac, to draw 2 cards. And then what, we can send a Drac monster from your deck, extra deck, to the graveyard, except for Megalo, if it's destroyed by battle card effect. I mean, that's actually pretty good, but I mean, the main thing we care about here is this is going to be a level 1 fire that we can actually work with here to, you know, try to make some funny little interactions. But also the cool thing here is if it's destroyed by battle or card effect. So very infamously enough, you have this incredibly good card here that gives you the ability to basically toggle and blow up your cards, which, you know what? If you're getting these level of interactions off of this deck, I actually think that that's pretty strong. Now, let's call it what it is. I mean, you are playing Fire Kings. Your deck is going to feel maybe a little bit slower than most, especially, you know, we do get to see Misk coming in here. I think that's actually one of the hilarious things that we've got here, because we are playing, you know, something like Misk in this deck. You are going to be taking, you know, pretty big advantage of at least turboing this guy out. And then congratulations, Misk turns into this. You've got your, you know, pieces rolling, and you'll be looking pretty strong on that front. So actually kind of appreciate that. So good stuff to actually seeing, you know, there is combo to be had within the Fire King stuff. Like, it actually does help. Also, you know, Skyburn getting the job done. And also, yeah, we do have access to the barrier statue of Unfun Fire. Next up here, we actually get to see Dracotail innovations. Now, one common thing you're going to be noticing a lot with these Dracotail lists is they do want to play branded fusion to some capability, because just being able to roll out a big fusion monster, typically, which turns into what? I mean, we're playing Lubellion. Lubellion gives you the immediate access to form another, well, both of these form into additional monsters. And then we also do get to see Titaniclad down here too, but the big things are how much synergy can we basically pull out here. Now, One interesting thing here is we're actually main decking the Flame and side decking the Horn, which is kind of completely different than what I've seen so many other people telling us that they're looking to do, because I swear most people are just like, Sting is the bad one. In this scenario, I mean, Sting actually guarantees that you're going to get a spot removal off of the opponent and get you a free draw from the graveyard. The thing is, like, we see these shifts in the format where you kind of have to take the consideration that Sting can feel a little bit better. Also, we're going with 2 copies of Argola, 2 copies of Pan, which is going to be pretty strong. I also do see we are dedicating a slot to the Frixel here as well. Both of these incredibly powerful. Also, shout out to the Ghost Bell here, man. Being able to have Ghost Bell be this clutch power card that just ensures that you're going to be able to control things is very, very good. The fact that no extra spell cards even needed for this deck feels kind of crazy. And also, hi, Blazing Cartesia. I love the fact that, you know, this card does get some splashability in here for the instant fusion access that it gives you. Really, really good stuff. And then we have Blue Eyes White Dragon with Dracotail. Now, you would think that meshing these sorts of engines together might not work out, but I mean, you already see access to 50 cards is not a bad thing. We've also still got the Primite package in here. The only downside to maybe mixing these decks together that could be a little bit of an issue is you could say maybe there is a little bit of an issue with your normal summon being a little bit conflictable, especially, you know, needing to get the barrel up and running versus, you know, Lucius needing to get that search. But the thing is, with this deck, you'll very easily be able to know where you need to you know, set up. Now, we also do get to play the Primite Fusion in here, which does give us access to the Berzelius, which is actually pretty good. Once again, you also do see another list here that is choosing to take advantage of the Dracotail Sting, which I actually think is kind of a good thing here. You definitely want to be seeing, you know, these sorts of good cards coming down here and actually consistently helping you out and get you to those, you know, pieces that you are going to need to be seeing. So I actually do kind of appreciate the consistency here. We do appreciate what we can, you know, get for those. Traditionally, outside of that, we're not really going, I guess, like too crazy with these. You do, you know, see we are still dedicating a slot to the Majesty. I mean, it does end up being, what, like a 2 pop. And I think that's actually pretty good in and itself. So, all right, I do appreciate what we're working with here. Definitely coming along the right way. And then our last list here is going to be some Crystron action. Now, you don't get a lot of craziness in the Crystron department, I guess. You have some consistency buffers. I mean, you did get the one Noroi built into the deck whose job is to, you know, help us get the extra body established, which I do kind of appreciate that. Going with 2 copies of Sulfaneer, which is very, very strong. You do see maximizing of the chaotic elements. Elements is a very, very insane card for just what you are able to do in this deck. Like, the good job for allowing Elements just to be this cracked support card, and actually allowing it to, you know, get the job done. But all jokes and things aside here, people, this deck is very, very strong at getting the board broken. You're able basically to crack things apart and, you know, just ruin your opponent's day. And that's what Crystron's always been about. Also, going with 1 Dawn Dragster now. It's kind of crazy to me that we see all of these differences in these lists. And, you know, it still kind of accomplishes the same thing. So, still getting the Scrap Recycler off of the River Stormer is still stupid good to me. But this is a very interesting breakdown, to say the least, about this event. And honestly, I'm kind of curious to see what more is going to come here. So please, Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. And I will see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. Patrons! Thank you!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.